Today, I looked in the mirror and I admitted that I was scared. But scared of what? Scared of what? Well, scared of actually stepping into the man I know I should be. Scared of actually stepping the fuck up and becoming the version of me that I can envision. I spoke a bit about this yesterday with being authentically me. But the truth is that I'm scared. I'd rather hide from tomorrow than bleed today. I'd rather kick it down the line and see what happens than actually step up and do it. That if I kind of half-ass it, well, then I can say, well, I tried. But knowing that I didn't actually do it, that I didn't actually put it all out there, that I didn't actually put myself out there and see what the fuck happened. But I can say I did. I can say I tried. I can say I went and did the work. But I know, and you know, you always know deep down inside what you're truly doing. You know deep down inside the work you're actually doing. Whether you're leaving it all out there, whether you're actually doing it, or if you're continuing to talk about the things that you want to do, the things that you're gonna do. You're just waiting for that right moment. And I think most people, and especially if we're talking your fitness, your health, those kinds of things, are doing just this. They are ticking the box. That's it. You know, they're not giving it their all. And we spoke about it yesterday. I think the biggest trap you can fall into is, well, when you're better than most. When you're doing better than most. When you look at those you surround yourself with and, yeah, you're doing better than that, but you're not actually doing better. You're not actually showing the fuck up. You're not actually, well, delivering on this. But you can convince yourself that, well, this is good enough. The worst fucking phrase that you could ever utter is, that is good enough. But I get it. As I said, I'm scared of what happens if I put it all out there. Then there's no more excuses. There's no more justification. There's no more, oh, well, it's just, not really working. But until you put it all out there, until you actually leave it all out there, well, you're just having a circle jerk. You're going round and round and round, saying that you're doing the work, and then complaining that nothing changes. And, yeah, to be honest, that's why I'm here. Because I need to bear all. If I'm going to be honest, and if I'm going to, well, earn your trust that I can deliver exactly what I say I can. And I know I can. Well, I also have to first be willing to be cut by the same knife that I'm going to apply to you. That I'm going to have to put the same level of accountability out there and standard that I'm applying to you. That if I'm going to say to you that this is what's required, that, well, I have to apply that standard to me. It can't be do as I say, not as I do. It's just, the same applies to being a parent. Oh, that food is bad for you, but I'll eat it. It's okay for me to eat it, but not for you. Oh, we shouldn't have screen time, but I can have screen time. I can spend hours flitting away on TV or social media or video games or whatever the fuck it is, but that's bad for you. You shouldn't do that. No, I don't need to. You shouldn't sedate. You shouldn't hide. You shouldn't put away for that. But I don't need to. You should work hard and give effort. But I don't need to. Of course that shit's not going to work. Of course your kids are going to figure you out. Of course they're not going to fucking believe you. It's the same here. If I'm just ticking a box, and yeah, because my ticking the box is better than your average, I can go, yeah, that's good. No, it's not fucking good. It's not fucking acceptable. That I'm hiding away. That I'm pretending to be better than I am. That is unacceptable. And, you know, I talk about how I used to, before I started this, I was the fat personal trainer. The height of hypocrisy. And if I'm being honest with myself, yeah, this mostly applies to this business. It applies to what I'm doing right here. But I've just changed my level of hypocrisy. I've just changed where the hypocrisy comes from. I haven't gotten better. I'm still a hypocrite. I'm still talking a big game and I'm telling you what to do when I'm not giving it everything. When I'm not leaving absolutely fucking everything out there. Where I know I could do more. I could give more. Where I'm not focusing on the things that move the needle in my life. The things that are going to progress this forward. I'm just focusing on, well, staying afloat. That's not how you reach the next level. That's not how you make a true life-altering change. It doesn't come from just ticking a box. It doesn't come from, well, I'm busy. Well, if you're filling it up with busy work, yeah, you are going to be fucking busy, wasting time. But it's daunting and it's fucking scary when you actually leave all your excuses behind. When you actually step full force, full throttle into being the man that you know you should be. That your wife and children deserve. That they need you to be. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be uncomfortable as shit. You are not going to enjoy that process as you start. But as you progress and the results come flooding in, as you push forward and you break those barriers, as you break through all the subconscious programming that has been holding you back, you'll like those fucking results. You'll enjoy that process. You'll enjoy that part of it. But it takes that first moment. It takes that, well, admitting that you're scared. Admitting that you're a bitch. Hand up, that's me right now. Admitting that you're talking a big game, but not doing the work. It's time. It's time to actually step the fuck up and do what is required. It really is. And it's not about continuing to settle for average. It's not about continuing to settle for mediocre. That settling for good enough. Good enough. Death of so many dreams. Death of so many visions. Death of so much potential comes from those utterance that it's good enough. It's not fucking good enough. You deserve better. Your children deserve better. Everyone you know deserves fucking better. The question is your fear of what will happen when you put yourself out there greater than your fear of disappointing those you love? You've got to put it into the starkest of terms. You've got to put it into those realities of it. Because right now, I'm being a coward. I am. I am being a coward. I am being a bitch. I am being selfish. I am failing you. I am failing my wife. I am failing my children. By playing small, by not stepping up, by not doing what I know I was called to do. I have the answers. I have the program. I have the blueprint that will completely and utterly transform your life. Unquestionably. Now you commit to my program, you give me a year, you will be a different fucking animal. Like, you will not recognize the man in the mirror. Your friends and family will ask how you did it. And the answer is you built discipline, you built grit, you built determination. But the true and honest answer is you stopped being afraid. You stopped being a coward. You stepped up and you gave it all. And you shared it with the world. And that's what you need to do. Because you have that capacity. You have that ability. You have more to give to this life, to this world. But if you're still out of shape, if you're still looking at the man in the mirror and going, fuck, I hate that guy. I'm ashamed of that guy. I'm disgusted by that guy. Well then, I don't know how we can debate that you're leaving it on the table. You're leaving potential on the table. You're not living up to your highest potential. You lack energy, you lack motivation, you lack the ability to do the things you want. If you are not built in confidence because you're a man of your word, then you aren't giving everything you have. You can be successful in all other areas, but if you're still not in shape, you are not successful. Because you have more to give. It means that you're still choosing to sedate. You're still choosing to make the wrong choices around food, around exercise, around those kinds of things. You're choosing instant gratification over being the greatest version of yourself. And I heard one today which rang through true. If you don't have the life you want, you don't have enough risk in your life. And I can tell you don't have enough risk because you aren't a man of your word. And when you're a man of your word, your tolerance to risk is astronomical. Because it means every time you say you're going to do something, you risk it. You place risk on yourself because you said you were going to do something. But you've built such a catalogue of credibility from doing the fucking work that, well, that risk is pretty low because you know that you're a man of your word. And that is the greatest gift you can give yourself, your friends, your family, your children, the ability to be a man of your word. That if you say it's getting done, well, shit, son, it's getting done. End of story. Now that means you take on the risk. Because you take on the risk of putting yourself out there. You take on the risk of being mistaken. You take on the risk of, well, being wrong. But now you have to be a man of your word. If you said you were going to do it, it needs to get done. And even within that, as I say that, I'm going to be honest. I haven't been. And that scares me. Yeah, sure, I've done it on the physical side. Yeah, on the program that I'll deliver to you, I've been a man of my word. I've done it every single day. Rain, hail, or shine. No questions asked. I have done that work. But have I been the best? Have I demanded the highest level of myself? No. No, I haven't. Most of the time I've just been ticking a box. Most of the time I've just been getting through it. I haven't placed myself in front of adversity and gone, I will succeed. I will overcome. I will get this done. I've just been like, good enough. So of course my life hasn't progressed in the manner I know it should. Of course my life hasn't skyrocketed the way I know it should and can. Because every time I've been like, good enough. No. Leave more out there. Give more. Do more. Push more. Give it everything you have. That is what's required. that you continue to push forward, that you continue to, well, face down your fears. Because I'm scared of what happens if I put it all out there. But if I was truly the man of my word that I know I can be, that I should be, that I have the credibility to be, that if I stepped full force into it, I don't need to be scared of shit. Because I know it's getting done. Because if I step into being the man I know I am, a true man of his word, it is getting done. End of story. Because that's what a man of his word does. It gets done. Unquestionably so. Unequivocally so. Because if I said it was, it is. And that's the point I need to get back to. And that's the point that I need to, well, stop being a little bitch about. Stop being scared of putting myself out there. Stop being scared of what happens if I actually succeed. Stop being scared of what happens if I get everything I want and desire. And you need to do the same. As I said, I'm going deep on my own introvert because I want to be honest. I want to be raw and authentic. I want to share the journey. You'll get to places and it still will be difficult. You'll get to places and you will still face these things. This battle never ends. You just upgrade. You just change and progress forward. It doesn't get easier, you get stronger. It's part of why we always talk about the gym. This is the perfect analogy for life. It doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. That's how we overcome. That's how we become the greatest version of ourselves. We overcome those resistance. We face the man in the mirror and we take it head on. We know that it's scary. We know that it's going to be uncomfortable. We know that it is going to require more than you are currently giving. But on the other side of that is everything you've ever wanted. On the other side of that is, well, the life you've been dreaming of, you've been talking of. But you have to stop being scared. You have to stop playing small. You have to stop just ticking the box. You have to actually step the fuck up and do what is required. Then, and only then, can you get absolutely everything you've ever wanted out of this life. So the question is, are you ready to do that? Because we can absolutely start with the physical. We can absolutely transform the physical component of you. I have the blueprint. I've done it. Went down 30 kilos doing it. It is all right there. The question is, are you willing to step up? Are you willing to face the man in the mirror and do the work is required? Because it's not going to be easy. The biggest battle, the biggest struggle will be between you and you. Between the resistance that keeps, rearing its ugly head. That's where the struggle is. But if you can do that, if you're willing to go all in on that, then you can have everything you've ever wanted and more. The question is, are you ready for that? If so, click the link in my bio. Let's start demanding greatness. And I will hold you to the fire. I will hold you accountable. And I will make sure that you face down those demons and you achieve everything you want and deserve. Because it's not just about you. It's about your wife. It's about your kids. And it's about who those you serve. It is your duty, your honor, and your obligation to make it a reality. So if you're ready for that, click the link in the bio. And I cannot wait to see you on the other side.